Hello and welcome to Podcast Attitude episode 4. And with me, I have someone talk.
Erica Galley.
And Tom Ellis.
Yes, Tom. Long time no speak, my friend.
It's been a while. Yes, it's nice to be back to the podcast.
Yes, it is. Well, for me, I've always been here, but it's nice to have you back.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Thomas, while you've been away, what have you been up to?
I've been playing a lot on Dying Light. I still can't get enough of that game.
Still.
Yeah, it still keeps pulling me back. On April Fool's Day, they changed the game's mechanics a little bit, where the zombies were, if you kicked them, rather than flying back by about 5 yards, they might fly back by about 20 yards. So, as devious as I am, I thought I've just arrived at a really difficult part of the game, a very, very tricky mission, and I used it to my advantage.
Oh, nice.
And I was able to complete the mission with excellent scores, killing lots of zombies, earning lots of EXP. And it was a doddle and a laugh at the same time. So thanks a lot, Techland, for that. And I hope they drop more stuff like that.
Just one question. I didn't get to play it like that. So if I change my date to April Fool's, would I get to play it like that, or was that just something that?
Right. Basically, what they were saying is that the antizin, which is the chemical that stops you turning into a full zombie, has been infected. And one of the side effects is uncontrollable rage and superhuman strength. So you were able to kick a zombie, drop kick him, and he'll go, really, really, really far. But the effects only last for exactly 24 hours, so the length of April Fool's Day. So if you go on the game now, you can't play it like that. It was a once in a...
Yeah, but what I'm saying, if I change my... can I
Oh,
change...
you mean on the PlayStation?
Yeah.
You change the date.
Can you change the date? I don't even know.
Yeah, you can manually change it, but I think they'll be a little bit more clever than that.
So it'll be something to do with their servers, you think?
Oh,
If that's the case, that's excellent. I like that.
So you're thinking of a bit of a cheat. So you change the date on the PlayStation to April the 1st, and then you're able to go back and kick some zombie ass.
Exactly.
Nice thinking. Well, I like it. Exploit at every corner and every opportunity.
Oh, no. I was just thinking, I didn't get to experience it, so can I do that? But yeah, I suppose it wouldn't be good if you could, because everyone would exploit it, wouldn't they?
Yeah, they would. Yeah. But yeah, that was a lot of fun, and I'm still loving Dying Light. I love the freedom. I love how you never do the story missions because there's so much else to do, and they keep adding to it. And it's a game that's really grown on me.
Nice.
Yeah. What have you guys been playing?
Erica?
Oh, goodness. Playing the new Sims 4 expansion and playing Story of Seasons mostly right now. Been a lot of fun. Story of Seasons, of course, is the new Harvest Moon game, but not called Harvest Moon. So that's been fun.
Nice.
Yeah. It's actually a really, really fun game. A lot of people are disappointed with the Lost Valley, that new Harvest Moon game. But Natsumi, the Harvest Moon title, is theirs. So they made their own game, which wasn't really up everybody's alley. Anybody who is used to the old Harvest Moon games, which, oh goodness, I think the Japanese name is like Bokuju Monogatari, probably.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah, it's I'm probably butchering the hell out of that, but those games, when they're translated and brought to us, they were put into Harvest Moon by Natsumi, but now that Xseed has taken over, they're going to be using the Story of Seasons title, which is pretty cool because the translation, just from playing as much as I have.
Mm-hmm.
Has been a lot better. The characters are better. They just have better personalities. Just I think
Nice.
from the better translation. Yeah, it's been a lot of fun.
Actually, that's an interesting point. I play a lot of games that get localized, and I know I'll probably get told off for never playing a game in its native language, but localization has been getting a lot better lately. In the
Absolutely.
in the last 2 years, there's been a huge improvement where these actors actually sound like they should. There's been a big effort on that part, and I'd just like to say to people like NIS America
I was
for
just
who
about to
do
say that. Yeah.
a lot of localization, job well done. You know, they've done a tremendous job. It's not an easy one, but they've done well.
Oh yeah. It's nice. Like, I mean, to be able to really appreciate games like the way they're supposed to be, instead of like the choppy acting or choppy translations and stuff. That was always hard,
Yes.
especially like when you're looking back at like the Final Fantasies and you're looking at the choppy names like Aerith and Eris, and
Yeah.
then you're going back and you're like, oh right, that's not even the right name, and you're so used to it now because you've played it so much.
Oh, I'm used to Eris. It was weird getting used to Aerith. To me, Aerith never died. Eris died.
Hmm.
I feel ya. I feel ya. I still call her Eris. I'm never gonna be able to.
No, it's
What
just
about you,
Eris. It's
Metin? What
always
have you
going to
been
be
playing?
Eris.
What have I been playing? Been playing Borderlands.
Oh
Handsome
yeah,
collection.
yeah.
Woo,
Yeah.
Borderlands.
And I originally played it on my Mac halfway with Erica and halfway with my cousin, and it was a blast. And I wasn't when well, it all started when Erica was telling me how good the game was, and she was so excited when I started. She was like, "Oh my God, you've got to meet this person, you've got to meet that person," and I was like, "Okay, this is going to be fun." And then we started playing, and then I got it. When I started meeting all the characters, I got it. I knew why she was so excited. And then the second time round, I was expecting to, get a bit bored of the storyline, but stuck through there. And then every time I was coming across one of the characters for the first time in that playthrough, I was getting all excited, and that's what that game does.
Absolutely.
It's just something else.
It really makes it like it manages, because you have to play the storyline over and over and over again just on different difficulties. It's so interesting because when you try to tell somebody that concept, they're like, oh yeah, you just get so sick of it, why would you want to play it over and over again? But you love the characters so much and they're only featured in parts of the game that you're like, no, you don't understand. When you get to this part, you meet this character and they say this hilarious thing that you just have to hear again.
Yeah, it was. It's excellent. It's excellent. So yeah, I've been playing a lot of that.
I need to get on this Borderlands train, don't I?
Oh, I tell you what, there's no better time than now. Trust me.
Absolutely.
You cannot lose with all that content. You cannot lose.
Oh God,
Yeah, because
forever.
well, for people who don't know, it's all been bundled together, re-released for the new consoles. Well,
So that's Borderlands 2
that's
and
right,
its content and pre-sequel and its content.
and all the DLCs that came with it as well. So, and in the UK, I saw it for about £30. So what about €40? Maybe $50. That's a bit of a bargain.
Well, I tell you what, it's worth every single penny. No matter how much money you pay, trust me, it's worth every single penny and some.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really, it's one of those games that, when you play it for a bit and then you're not interested and you just let it go. But if you're just stuck in there, so like 10 more minutes, it would have sucked you in. It was one of those. Because I played it before, I wasn't interested. And then the second time I played it, I just got sucked in.
And there's just so much. Like, the DLC is some of the best I've ever seen in games. Tiny Tina's expansion for Borderlands 2 Attack on Dragon Keep, I think it's called, or Siege of Dragon Keep. Oh, goodness, I'm awful. But that is probably the most fun I've ever had with DLC. It lasts forever, so much fun, like from the story to like the little one-liners, the names of the weapons that you find. Like they find new and exciting ways to change the game. It's not just an addition to the game. It's almost like playing its own little game, and it's totally changes the rules. It's a lot of fun.
It is.
It's and Borderlands just does that and does it like seamlessly. It's absolutely wonderful.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, hopefully, I'll get it all finished soon, and I'll have the review up. So,
Yeah, nice. Looking forward to that.
Absolutely.
Can I ask you guys what you think of the recently announced Lego Dimensions?
as someone that's never heard about it,
Okay, let me explain. Uh, you know Lego,
yep,
you know Skylanders.
yep.
Mash them together,
Oh, so more scannable toys.
basically. Yeah.
Okay, okay. Sounds legit.
Yeah, legit. Is it a little bit too late? I mean, if anybody had a good shot at this, it would have been Lego. I mean, just imagine the back catalogue they've got for every film that came out in the last 30 years. They're only getting on it now. Have they just burst a bubble?
But if they're gonna do something like Lego, like Marvel superheroes, they're gonna have to work with Disney on that. I don't think they're gonna be able to just license any old toy just because they make the
No,
game.
no, you're absolutely right. They haven't. They kind of done their own thing in a sense. Um, but it's along the same lines of Skylanders and Amiibos
I
and
think I could off the top of my head I could think about 10 good ideas for that game
yeah. So why aren't I more excited about it?
because we don't really care about Lego.
Is it
Well,
just
Don't get me
like
wrong, Lego is one of the best things to ever happen to the human race, right? But the problem is I've just grown out of it and I don't care for it anymore.
now? Let's expand on that a little bit more. Okay, you don't care about Lego, but I'm also presuming you don't care much about Skylanders or Amiibos either.
Amiibos, I'm collecting them, but not as I'm. I don't buy them because they reflect something in the game. Like I get something in game. That's why I buy them. No, I buy them just because they're nice toys. That's all.
But
best friend
why?
like them.
Sorry.
It's just I want somebody to explain to me why, you pick up something like an amiibo. You go, out of your way to pick up an amiibo.
I'll tell you why. Because it's an official toy of one of my favorite franchises of all time. So
Yeah, but there's been Mario figures before.
yeah, but they weren't 12 quid, and they're all different sizes. These ones come out in sets, and and they're familiar because they look like the little trophies that you get in Smash Bros, doesn't it?
Yeah, I am
It's
not
like
sold.
that's that. No, it's like having a real life collection of those trophies in Smash Bros. That's what I
Yeah.
think of it as.
So basically, how well is this Lego thing gonna do now then?
Um, I think it's going to do well.
How? What for? Who's it aimed at?
The people that play these Skylander games and Disney Infinity games, because Amiibos has got nothing to do with that. We know that, but it's aimed at these people because the Lego Lego movies, Lego Batman movies, Lego this movie, Lego that movie. Kids are into it.
If you already have a bunch of Skylanders, and you've got a bunch of Disney Infinity
Okay, look, I'm a
figures.
33-year-old man. If I had every single Skylander, right, under the sun, and they said to me, you could have a Lego one, I would want a Lego one too.
So okay, so far what they've announced of the Lego one is a Back to the Future.
But I don't, by the way, just for the record.
So we've got Back to the Future level pack. We've got Ninjago, which it's doesn't have mass appeal. There's some DC comic stuff, so I could see Batman's flying around. There's some Lord of the Rings. There's a Lego movie, and there's Wizard of Oz. These figures. I just don't get it. I don't understand why people want to buy this.
Again, it's the same why it's the same reason people used to buy scooters. Scooters are rubbish. They're pointless. But people at one stage were buying them at this rate where they couldn't be found anywhere. It's just a phase. It's just a phase.
Oh,
It's been
This
a
is
long.
look. Guitar Hero and the plastic toys went away, and this is what they come up with. Okay, until the next thing, this is what we've got. So
But
why not just have Lego join the party?
well, that's quite funny because Guitar Hero is coming back.
Well,
Well,
exactly. Good, good. I'm bloody. I'm glad. I've said this before on the podcast. I'm glad it's coming back. I'm happy.
so this is my point all along. I think Lego has joined the race too far down the line, and I think they're the ones who are going to burst the bubble. And
But
people are going to.
maybe, but you say that, but maybe they're the rocksmith of this generation.
Nice comparison.
Yeah, maybe they come in after everybody's burnt out and then do something just a tiny bit different.
You got to wonder how well Rocksmith is doing, though.
Imagine that. Okay, here we go. $1 million idea. Here we go. Imagine a Minecraft world, right? But
Yeah.
but Lego.
That's already been done.
No,
I've got some in my house.
but no. I'm talking about a game.
Oh, okay.
So imagine that, and then you scan these toys to get special parts like Lego bricks.
Okay.
Maybe that.
Right.
You don't even have to have toys. You can just sell those bricks, and people will buy them. I promise you.
Yeah. I guess it's just. It's beyond me. It's absolutely beyond me.
Yeah. And even though none of us really care anymore about Call of Duty, they announced Black Ops 3.
Yes. Yes, I did. And the first thing that everybody says was, "Is that EXO?" And that's what everyone's quite. That's what the discussion is, isn't it? The it looks like the exosuits from the last Call of Duty is going to be appearing in a new Call of Duty. And what problems does that raise, Metin?
Okay, so here's one thing. I'm going to go back and I'm going to rummage through the recordings we have from before. I think like from last year. I think it was, and we were talking about these exosuits and the new double jump. And I said to you at some point, I said to you something along the lines of, if they introduce something like this, it's going to bring something new to the game,
Yeah.
and it's going to be good. It's going to be good. But then what happens is the next installment that's coming out, even if it's in a different universe or different, stage of a timeline, how if it needs to be taken out, then how are they going to go around that when now everybody's used to this double jump?
Yes.
Because most of the people buy this game, play it, and then I've can't remember the last time I finished the Call of Duty game. I just jumped straight online.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't think I would ever finish one unless I was reviewing it. That was it. That'll be it. But I can't imagine how people react. After if they take this ability out, because it's just going to change the game again. But back, it's going to take a step back, if you get what I mean.
Yeah, basically the double jump is here to stay.
I'm not saying that. Maybe they're. I'm not. Maybe they're bold enough to take it away. Maybe they are. I don't think so, but maybe they are.
Maybe this is a new Call of Duty attitude. You play what we tell you to play, and we've taken away double jump. What are you gonna do? Cry? Said no. We just won't buy your game.
Yeah. So I don't know. Not that I'm that worried about that game. I think there's a lot more they've got going wrong with that franchise than a double jump.
So, is Call of Duty as a franchise on its way out?
No, not until the people that buy every year blindness. That's not even a word, is it? Blindness.
Yeah, I suffer from blindness.
No, I didn't say blindness. I said blindless. I'm going to cut this bit out, by the way. I just thought it was funny. Oh. People that buy them regards of whether they know it's going to be good or not, or whether they know what's actually being changed.
Yeah.
So once they stop buying it and start getting bored of that game, then that's when Call of Duty is going to go down. But until these people learn, then that's it.
I suppose it's going to take a few more entries.
Probably. I don't see Call of Duty going anywhere in the next 3 years.
No, neither do I. Which is a shame because the last one.
Which is a shame. They should fuck off.
The last one wasn't too bad, though, was it? It was the best one in years.
I think so. I think so. But again, take a break. I know they get like a 2-year cycle. I understand that. But is it it's a 2-year cycle, isn't it now?
3, I heard. Sledgehammer was working on the last one for more than 2.
Oh, we'll say a 2-3 year cycle. Yeah, that's all good and dandy. But how would that game be if they put a couple of those studios together and gave them even more time, like 5 years, 6 years? Imagine what how much of a difference that would make.
See, you keep coming back to the GTA comparison.
Yeah, and you know how compassionate I feel about that.
Yeah, and it's a very valid point. Do you want to share it with all of us?
Well, you tell them, and I'm just going to look something up because I'm going to tell it in a bit now.
Well, okay. Basically, how many years is it between each GTA? It's
5, 6.
Yeah, and I mean the last one smashed all sorts of records. Even Call of Duty's own records were completely obliterated, and Rockstar only releasing these games every 5-6 years, and people are still getting excited about it coming to the PC. The game's been out for nearly 2 years, and people are still excited about it.
Mm-hmm.
If only people could get that excited about Call of Duty. Now, Call of Duty, to be fair, shot itself in the foot by saturating the market with itself.
Mm-hmm.
Even with 2 studios at it at the same time, it's still Call of Duty. You can tell Call of Duty a game from a mile off. So people still got bored of it very, very quickly. Whereas GTA, it's held so highly regarded,
Technically, you don't see a lot of games being able to pull off what that game does.
No, I mean, like the game or not, you gotta
Yeah, like it's
respect
not again.
what
A
they've pulled off.
GTA's never been my kind of game like that. I get carried away with.
No,
Well, I'd say since Vice City.
and what's amazing about it is what sort of inspirations had on the gaming industry as a whole. I mean, it's given new meaning to this open world. I mean, we're not talking about the violence or running over prostitutes and picking up their money afterwards. No, we're not talking about that. We're talking about the freedom and the scale of it.
And it changes how the story is told as well.
Exactly. It people who slate GTA for kids going out and stealing cars obviously don't understand what GTA is. And what Rockstar have created is incredible. It's a hell of a legacy, and it keeps getting bigger. GTA 6, if it'll happen, when it'll happen,
When, yeah,
will blow all our socks off again.
of course, no doubt, no doubt.
And everybody in the gaming industry will be very envious.
Like, um,
But how do you emulate something like that? You don't.
no, what you do is do what Rockstar do. Put their people together, give them more time. Maybe if there's too many people, then scale it down. It's better than going bust. And spend 5-6 years, whatever your team needs. You make the rules when your product's going to be released. And come on, right. I'm going on out on a limb here maybe, but I think I read somewhere that Rockstar projected a lifetime sale of 85 million copies.
That's a lot of copies.
And I'm not sure. Seriously, I'm not sure whether that was just some random number that I read somewhere. I can't remember, but it was something along them lines.
It's more than the population of the United Kingdom.
Well, think about it, and imagine how much money they would make on something that half of that. So they're getting their money back and more, and probably more than Call of Duty actually profits. Within those 5 years that they pump out those 5 games. I would love to see the numbers.
They don't need to release the numbers, or do they?
Well, I'd love to see them.
Ask them. Let's send them an email now.
Yeah, no. I don't think they. Well, I'll try if you get through and they give you an answer. I'll tip my hat off to you, my friend.
I don't know. I've always thought Rockstar is quite an approachable company, to be honest.
Well, there you go. Sounds like our challenge has been accepted. Tune in next week to find out if Thomas gets the answers.
Yeah, that's it.
Rockstar or not.
I have faith in you, Thomas.
So every week we're going to ask Rockstar a question and see if they answer us.
I'm gonna Google it right now.
No, what?
Rockstar Contact UK.
Come on, just open up your contact list. You must have someone.
No, that's all you, dude.
Oh.
Oh, there's a submit a request form. Okay, I'll do that when we finish the podcast.
Okay, so we're gonna start a new segment called Ask Rockstar. So if you've got any questions you would like us to answer, send them in, and if we find them appropriate, we'll ask Rockstar, and then we'll tell you the answer on the next week's podcast.
And don't forget, I mean, these guys have also made Max Payne 3 and Red Dead Redemption. Just putting it out there. There could be.
Yeah. There you go. Maybe that'll help with your questions as well.
Will there be a Max Payne 4?
Yep. Well, then, now you've given everyone questions to ask.
Yeah.
Don't force your questions, man. It's their time, not yours. Back off.
Oh, the site's broken.
Heartbreaking. Truly heartbreaking.
Okay, so for those who have been listening to our previous podcast, you might have noticed that Marcus isn't here right now. Yeah, he's okay. I was going to say something else, but I don't like saying that. So he was dead, right? And then,
Oh, that's
no. It's not, oh, come on. We're just being a joke. But some people are superstitious. And I thought, well, if something does happen to him, I don't want to be someone saying, "Oh, he fucking said it on a podcast."
Breaking news on Gamer Attitude. Metin Ishmael assassinates colleague.
Oh, God. Oh, we've gone off the rails. God help us. Oh, no. Yeah. So Marcus has been held up at work, but not by robbers, just held up by more work. So
You just keep adding to this. Marcus is here because he's not getting mauled by
please, if you can hear me, Marcus, please come and join us. Please come and join us.
We need rescuing.
Yeah. I don't know how he's going to hear us. This is like we don't do this live or anything.
That's probably a good thing, isn't it?
Well, I wish we could try it live and we could record it live. I would love to do that. Or we can all play together. We can play Hattiful Boyfriend.
Oh my god, we need to play Hattiful Boyfriend.
I don't have that title.
We do.
Yeah.
We have
$10, we'll buy it for you and you can play it on your PC. It'll be beautiful. Everybody will love it, especially
Erica, did we get that from a contact or did we buy it?
Contact, actually.
Oh yeah, you had it on pre-order, didn't you? This girl had Hattiful Boyfriend on pre-order.
Yeah. Who didn't? That shit was beautiful. Everything about it was beautiful. Like it's not just the fun of like a translated dating sim thing. It's freaking pigeons. You're dating pigeons. How is that not the best thing you've ever heard in your entire life? And the freaking stories, man. Like I'm not joking. Those stories in that game are just like, oh, they're so messed up and beautiful and. They make you like laugh so hard you're crying.
We can do that. We can do that. You can be playing it, streaming it, right? You can be You'll stream our voices as well, and we'll just be listening to it.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Oh my God, yes.
We're listening, and talking through our microphone. Well, we can sort it out.
We got this.
Yeah. So. What else has been going on? Anything new? Or, if there's nothing new, we can talk about old stuff.
Old stuff? Well, like...
Okay, Thomas, come on. I know you want to talk about Nintendo. Let's just do it. Come on.
Oh, I'm quite excited about this possible new Nintendo console.
Possible is guaranteed.
How is it guaranteed?
Because they said they're working on, a video game...
You know what's going to happen.
Hardware, or something.
They're going to pull a Sony, aren't they? So, hey, we've got a new console, guys. Here's a controller. Yeah, wet yourselves over that.
I didn't say they're going to. They're not going to show it now. Obviously.
You think so?
I don't want them to. Bloody hell! Let me play my Wii first.
Well,
I don't want a new console.
I think it's due time not for a new console, but for us to get excited about a new Nintendo. It's high time for that.
Yeah, no, talk about it, but don't release it, please.
Yeah, that's right, exactly. I mean, it almost seems a little bit too perfect, that Zelda just got delayed conveniently. Let's not forget what happened to Twilight Princess. that got delayed, air quotes, to come out on the GameCube and the Wii at the same time. They're gonna do that again.
Um.
It worked. It worked
So
very well.
okay, that saddens me as a Wii owner, to be honest. Why would I jump on the new bandwagon when that might happen to me yet again? Because it happened to me with the GameCube.
Because it's Nintendo, and only Nintendo can get away with this kind of thing.
And that's why they keep on. That's why they keep holding their franchises and don't give them out.
Exactly. Nintendo, although the Wii U hasn't been as big as I hoped, there's something a little bit different about Nintendo that makes them stand out from Sony, from Microsoft, going back over the years, from Sega. Um, there's something special about Nintendo. They're able to pull stuff off that nobody thinks they can do. They're able to apply many of the same strategies that other companies try to pull, but manage to pull it off.
Yeah.
They're different, and that's why we should be excited.
The only other company that can pull this off is Apple. Hello, people. This is our new iPhone 7. And
Oh,
if you wait a little bit more, which we know you won't, you can get the iPhone, 7S. But we're not
don't
announcing that yet. We're not announcing that. It might not happen, but it's going to definitely happen.
don't even get me started on the Apple Watch. What? What?
No. That's a different product. Let them do that. Let them do that. Whether you like it or not, it's going to happen. But I just get raced up about these S's.
Oh, the S's are a bit funny, aren't they? I had a 4S. I owned it for a grand total of 6 weeks until I realized it was exactly the same as a 4, and I got another phone.
But look at the 5. You've got the 5 and you've got the 5S, and the 5S has got the fingerprint.
Yeah.
And I know you don't. That doesn't sound exciting. I've got a 5C. Why are we talking about my mobile phones now?
Hey, there are games on mobile phones. It's fine.
Yeah. So, but anyway, yeah. Conversational podcast. I don't mind. I didn't mind having. Didn't mind not having. Sorry. The fingerprint thing on my phone, the 5C. But when I got an iPad and it had it on there, now I wish I had a phone that had it. If that makes any sense.
No, it doesn't. Please explain.
Well, I'm just used to using it for unlocking everything. Like I don't put in my password for when I buy music anymore.
Yep.
But I like to have it on just in case somebody's rummaging around and by accident buy something. So I keep the password, on. But all I have to do is just push my thumb up against it and it's good. I know that's something subtle, but it just makes it, I don't know, it just fits in really well with the experience.
Maybe it's something that you need in your life for you to appreciate it.
Yeah, that's what I think it is. It's something so small but yet so grand.
Because
I never thought in a million years I would say something like that about Apple.
I have a phone that has something very similar, a fingerprint scanner that doesn't work half as well as the Apple configuration, and it drives me so insane that I turn it off. But having said that, it works really well with PayPal, which I use quite a lot of,
There you go. That's excellent. I like that.
and I do prefer it. I like it.
Like imagine when you're going to be paying with your phone, like you push up your phone, the amount comes up, you put your finger on the fingerprint, bang, you're done. And that way, no one's going to say, "Oh, I'll steal his phone and use it to pay for stuff," because it needs your fingerprint.
Yeah, the only problem with that though,
They're going to take your finger.
yeah, that's it. Why does it always end with dismemberment with you?
I don't know. Well, to be honest, I thought Erica was a bit quiet, so I thought I'd make her chuckle.
Oh man.
Yeah.
I just imagine like Thomas holding onto his hand, bleeding all over the place like this big fountain. Meanwhile, somebody's like sticking the finger onto a phone somewhere. Like,
trying to pay something for something.
Must have the new Taylor Swift album.
But Taylor Swift's good.
Beautiful.
Oh,
She's
what?
good. She's good.
Excuse me.
She is good at what she does. She's good. She's good at what she does. Pop music. She's good.
Oh yeah, okay. You just kind of saved yourself a little bit there.
No, I know where you was going with that. No, but I'm allowed to say that. I'm allowed to say pop music is good.
Yeah, she's a good pop artist.
Exactly.
There. Now she can't sue us.
Oh my god. This is I can't believe this episode has gone so deep down this hole. First off we lose Marcus. Then we start talking about not video games, cell phones.
A grand derailing.
Yeah. And then now we talk about Taylor Swift and we're gonna get sued. Oh my god.
You're forgetting gratuitous violence.
Oh gosh. What's happening?
Oh man.
Okay, just got a message, as you can hear, from Marcus, and he's going to be joining us.
Hey.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe he's going to talk about computer games.
We'll see. Imagine if he wants to talk about Nintendo. I'm going to be like, no, that's going to be the third time, no.
Yeah. Welcome, Marcus. We're talking about Taylor Swift.
Yeah. Right. Let's just when he joins in, let's ask him about Taylor Swift, but genuinely, as if like the podcast is about Taylor Swift. Yeah, just come out and say like, which one did you if you listen to her, was her last album, was it 1989? Yeah, ask him if in 1989 is a better album than her previous album.
Swift attitude.
Yeah. Now we're going to get sued.
Dying. I'm just dying.
So he should be on any time now. If he's not in very quickly, I'm going to cut out a bit of the waiting because we don't want to waste our precious time on this.
I think you need to carry on the conversation of how Taylor Swift reaches into your brain and touches its softest tissue and reaches your furthermost emotions, and she makes you cry and laugh at the same time.
Wait a minute. You
What?
be honest with me, okay? Be honest with me. You listen to Taylor Swift and you just think to yourself, this is all garbage.
I can honestly say I've never listened to Taylor Swift.
Okay, then
Not
maybe,
even one song.
Okay, then maybe you
I've
shouldn't
seen
be
her on
criticizing
Family
her.
Guy. That's about it.
Well, then you shouldn't criticize her music.
I should criticize her for nearly destroying the music industry.
How?
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 Because she's ruining us as consumers by that. Spotify is ruined now because of her. Thank you, Taylor Swift. Now all the artists are backing out of Spotify because she did, she started it. It's like, no, Spotify was good for us as consumers. We don't want the artists to have the power again. We want the power as consumers.
Hello?
So you're telling me that Taylor Swift has killed the music industry?
Yeah, like a video killed the radio star.
You just walk into a Taylor Swift conversation? What?
Oh, that was good. That was good.
It's like, it's the first thing I hear is just this passionate, heated debate about Taylor Swift.
Gotcha.
So welcome, Marcus.
Hey, what's up, everyone? Hi, Thomas.
Hey.
You've never spoken,
No.
or spoken words. Like
That's right.
Never. This is the first time you guys are speaking to each other.
it's like when Rock and Cena got face to face for the
Oh
first time.
my God! Did you know what? This is one of our special internet moments, like a
This-
WrestleMania moment, but over the internet.
Yeah, I'm like, it's like Ronda Rousey at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
This podcast has been the first of many things.
Yeah.
Hi, Erica.
Mark, oh, sorry.
Hello, Marcus.
Yeah, Marcus, we need you to help us get back on track because we derailed really, really fiercely and we can't, and we're lost.
Yeah,
Help
there's
us.
no getting back.
And by the way, we were talking about Taylor Swift and the music industry just to, just as a prank, but that was our topic just before you came on.
Is that where is it gonna be the podcast topic? We're gonna talk about Taylor Swift.
No, we derailed. We derailed. We need a new
Okay.
topic. But what were we talking about? Well, how did we get to Taylor Swift?
Okay, I'm gonna say it now. Let's move swiftly on.
Oh,
I went there.
Oh,
That's I could
bravo, bravo.
you could say that joke was tailor made for this podcast.
Oh,
Yes.
marvelous, marvelous.
oh my god.
Okay, we're on a roll today.
Okay, you just joined in and made it worse. Thank you, Marcus.
I wish I knew more of her songs so we can keep this going.
Oh man.
What did you guys want to talk about? I mean, obviously,
Well, we've talked about a couple of things. Is there anything specifically you? So, just tell us what have you been playing? Start off by saying that.
should I start?
Yeah, if you like.
I'm still. Are we recording right now, or are you just asking, by the way?
No, we're recording. We're live.
Oh, okay. You can edit that out.
Oh, maybe I won't. I don't know.
I'm still playing. I've been playing Axiom Verge pretty much the entire week for review.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm almost done with it. It's been a crazy week for me, which is why I haven't finished it yet. But I'm still playing the hell out of that. The game's awesome if you haven't played it yet.
Mm-hmm.
Still making my way through Bloodborne, slowly but surely. And I finished Life is Strange episode 1 last week. I know, right? Finally, we can talk about it. Well, you played episode 2, so we can't talk about it. We can talk about episode 1. But
Actually, guys, we do have the review for episode 2 coming on very, very soon.
yes, we do, by one of the new girls.
That's right, yeah.
That's awesome.
Yes.
Nice.
And playing also Bravely Default.
Nice.
So, yeah, that's what I'm doing right now.
Wow. Every week you never cease to amaze me.
That's not
Just-
everything.
I know. That's what I'm saying. I know
I'm paraphrasing.
I know there's more in between, isn't there? There must be something on the 3DS. There must be.
Yeah, I'm still playing Assassin's Creed Unity too, and I'm still
Oh.
playing
Gosh.
Animal Hourglass.
And he manages to watch WWE too.
Yep, I was watching NXT the other day.
I didn't watch SmackDown, so don't spoil
I-
it for me.
I haven't seen SmackDown yet either.
Okay,
so
good.
I might watch it tonight, maybe.
Okay.
But you really do live in a hyperbolic time chamber. It's amazing.
I know, right? Full-time job while writing a bunch of articles, while playing a bunch of games, while watching a bunch of wrestling.
It's hardcore.
But he's watching himself watch all of these.
Exactly, and podcasting.
Oh my god.
Ugh.
Yeah. But
How is Bloodborne going?
Oh god, it's so good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's amazing. I think I touched on it the last episode, but I've gotten us actually significantly farther. Again, take that with a grain of salt. 'Cause if you eliminate all the deaths, maybe I only made like 5 minutes of progress. But but no, I've gotten much farther than I mentioned last time. I've actually beaten quite a few bosses. I'm in the Forbidden Woods right now. I've beaten a lot of the optional bosses along the way, but it's so good and just so addictive. And God, it's the best. It's the best, Thomas. That's what it is. That's what it says on the back of the box.
What, with my name on it? Yes.
Yeah. That was my review, and they used the pull quote from it, and it just says, "It's the best, Marcus Stewart."
But the burning question is it Dark Souls?
I mean, yes, it's Dark Souls and Demon Souls. Like design wise, it's very, very similar. The difference is that instead of having a shield, you have a gun, so you can't block, and you're forced to be on offense more than defense, which you usually, I mean, depending on the Souls player, but generally, you're when you play Souls, you're kind of on the defensive more often than not. You're just kind of waiting for people to hit you and then react. Where this one, they throw you into the fire and they reward that with this cool system where if you get hit and if you retaliate within a small window, you can regain the health that you just lost. So it's makes battles a lot more fast paced, and a lot of the enemies are also a lot faster. So it's almost like God, I don't want to compare it to something like Devil May Cry or anything like that, but it's pretty close to that, or at least as close as From Software will get, just because you can string some combos together. Like you can turn your weapon, like you have a one-handed weapon and a gun, and every weapon has like a second form where you can make like a long two-handed weapon, and you can do that like mid combo, so you can set up some cool
Oh,
little
I see.
strings. hmm And it's actually a little bit. I'd say it's still really hard, but I'm finding it a little bit easier than Dark Souls. Like I think this is probably the easiest of like Demon Souls, Dark Souls, and Bloodborne. I'd say Bloodborne is probably the most newcomer friendly.
You see, you got me intrigued with the Devil May Cry reference.
Yeah, I mean, don't expect to like knock dudes in the air and like jump upside down with your pistols and do crazy shots. Yeah, it's not. It doesn't get that crazy, but it's more faster pace. Yeah. So, I think you'd like it if you enjoy those games.
Nice. Well, I can't wait to start playing it. I haven't started yet, so getting ready for that.
Yeah, it's on my list. But I've got a feeling I'm going to become very, very busy with The Witcher.
Oh, don't,
Oh yeah.
don't.
Uh,
Mm. Mm.
that game just, oh, what? There's just so much to it.
I still have to
I,
start The Witcher 2.
I've gone into this vicious cycle where it was, oh, I'm gonna play Shadow of Mordor, but hold on, let me wait and I'll play Dragon Age, and then oh, hold on a minute, there's Bloodborne. Hold on a minute, there's Witcher, and it just feels like it keeps on going on, and I'm not playing anything.
See,
Yeah.
Christmas of 2014 is all Mordor for me. That game just ruled the whole of my Christmas.
It was
I loved Mordor so much more than I thought I ever would, and and it
Mordor, just the best, Thomas Ellis.
yeah, that's it. That's my quote. Um,
I can't
it,
believe it's not butter.
I mean it's basically like Batman Arkham, but a lot more fun. They took what was established from Batman, what was good about Batman Arkham series, and just blew it up, and it was just amazing. I mean, I barely well, I finished the game, of course, because at one point I realized I must play the story. I was too busy, moving up the ranks and slaying all the orcs and getting them to backstab each other and
But what you're
oh,
really doing, with all that, what you're really doing is like, oh, you're gonna kill this guy, so this guy goes and does this, and so that you kill that guy, so that guy ranks up. So you're really doing what he should be doing.
oh yeah, but it's so hilarious.
Oh no, I'm not saying it's not good. It's good, but I'm just saying, at first I thought it was a bit different. I thought it was a bit more organic, but
But then you've got the combat system and
oh, don't
and
get me wrong, I'm not bashing it. I'm not getting bashing it.
I mean the combat system. The first I'm not even going to go into hours because you could lose your whole life to that game. But it takes a while for you to fully unlock the full potential of the combat system. And then when you're doing one hit kills, or you're standing on a tower and suddenly you're reappearing next to an orc and you're slashing his head off, in just 2 button bashes, and it's so good, so good, and it makes it and because that combat system came from Batman Arkham, it kind of makes me think about Batman Arkham Knight, what that's going to be like.
That's going to be epic.
Yeah, I can't wait for that game.
Because they've got to have to step up the game now, haven't they? And just throwing a Batmobile in, yes, it's amazing, a Batmobile, but they're going to have to take it to a whole new level, past Mordor.
Like if you look at if we look at the industry and we see how people review games, that based on how they see the games, I'm reckoning that it's not gonna get a lower score than 8.5.
No, no, definitely not. It can't.
Yeah. So I think that speaks to the pedigree of the developer, like
Yes,
Rocksteady.
absolutely.
Rocksteady has pretty much proven that they know that license better than anyone before them. Like they've nailed Batman with the last 2 games, and I forgot who did Arkham Origins. Was it Warner Brothers?
Yeah.
Montreal.
Yep.
They did a good job too. Origins is the weakest of the 3, but they did a good job. But just Rocksteady's touch on those games are just like God. Those were the Batman games I had always wanted since I was a kid.
Yeah.
So
Yes. But I read a review about Origins. I said, Origins is like takeout pizza. You can't have a bad takeout pizza, although it's still takeout pizza.
I don't know. It felt like, I don't know. It felt like what it was like a prequel to, like, but not just story wise. I mean, like gameplay wise. This is it. It feels like that was an early concept of the like Batman Arkham City.
As daft as it sounds, I don't think Batman was weak enough. I thought the combat was still too good. This was an origin. This was, before Batman became Batman as we know him. He
But
should have.
there's a lot of beating up in the game like that. So if you're going to be taking ages to beat people up, you're going to be there for a very long time.
yeah. Plus,
And then if you
Yep.
just beat up like a couple of people, then that's not really a Batman story, is it?
he was it wasn't that far of an origin story. Like I think he was like his second year of being Batman, so he already had he's been doing it for over a year, so he knows how to fight and all that stuff. They showed like nice little touches of his I guess his noobism, like when he would like interrogate dudes and then like go too far and end up knocking them out before getting what he needed from them. He never does that now, but he would get so harsh with them that he would just like choke the shit out of them, and then he's like, oh, damn, I didn't get whatever. So little touches like that kind of show like, okay, he's not quite as refined as we're used to seeing him, but he's getting there, I guess. But
Yeah.
I do like the little twist midway through that story with the Black Mass Joker stuff.
Yeah, I enjoyed that.
No spoilers. No spoilers.
Yeah, I won't spoil it, but yeah, it was definitely. Have you not played it, man? Or are we just not?
No,
spoiling?
not for me. Not for me. You never know.
We just won't spoil it.
Yeah, it's
in
an old
case,
game.
in
but
case you haven't played it.
You never know. Somebody might have not played any of them and thought, oh, there's a new Batman game coming out. I'll play all of them.
Yeah,
I do that a lot.
yeah. Play Origins, guys. That's what we're saying. Play all of them, really. Not
Yeah,
even just
by all means, Origins is not a bad game. Just because it's the weakest out of the bunch does not make it a bad game at all. It's still very much 7, close to 8 out of 10. It's just the others were pretty much 10 out of 10.
It's like saying, what's the weakest Zelda?
Yeah.
Skyward Sword.
I actually really liked Skyward Sword. I had a lot of fun with that game.
But is there one that you think that's better than? Well, this is better than something else.
Hyrule Warriors, I did not like.
No,
Does that count?
No,
Does that count?
no. That doesn't count.
Would that be in the same category as like that'd be like considering the CDI games as part of the actual series.
Yeah, but then you've got all those Smash Bros games that he's in or whatever. You know, got all the
Link's
Mario Kart and
Yeah, like
I'm
Link's
just saying it's
crossbow
got
training
Zelda
is
the
part of it.
title. You know, they should have called it Legend of Zelda.
I mean, we all know Link's crossbow training is the best in the series.
Oh man.
I never played that.
You're not really missing anything.
That's probably
Unless
why.
you would,
That's probably why I
unless you
didn't
would
want
like
to play.
to train with a crossbow on your Wiimote.
Yeah,
with-
nah.
Yeah,
It could have been. Yeah, that was just to show off the the Wii controls.
Yeah.
That was it.
stick with Hyrule Warriors. Yeah, you're good there.
I haven't got down to getting into the nitty gritty of that game, but I will one day. After I finish playing Bloodborne.
Oh, when's that? No.
Oh, by the way, how long is Bloodborne?
I have no idea.
Okay.
I'm sure. I think I read a thing that somebody beat it in like 37 minutes, like a speed run.
No,
Yes,
no,
yes, I read that as well.
No, I would never speed run.
I would never either, but it wouldn't be by choice. I just would not be good enough to speed run through it. It's like I would try and fail miserably, but the only game I ever speed run is Sonic the Hedgehog 2. Like that's my, like I've beaten that game under 40 minutes while getting every Chaos Emerald. So
Wow, nice.
I at least have one thing I can kind of like. I have one feather in my cap forever.
Oh, mine's Resident Evil 2. I managed to speedrun that in 23 minutes.
Oh man, I can't. Yeah, I've seen like videos of those Resident Evil like hardcore dude,
Yeah.
like they do like the knife only runs and stuff like that. And
Yeah.
I could never do that. I love Resident Evil, but I don't have the patience. And I'm a pretty patient guy, but for those old school Resident Evils, like I just want to like get through it.
I don't even. I'm not even the biggest fan of Resident Evil. I'm more of a Silent Hill kind of guy. But yeah, that's my achievement in my life. Speedrun Resident Evil 2 in 27 minutes. I'll take that to my grave.
I've never played Silent Hill, ever.
What?
Yeah, that's one of my series.
No.
That's one of my series of shame. It was like I've been a Resident Evil guy since its inception, and I'd always looked at Silent Hill, but I just never, and not because I didn't think it was good. I just it's just one of those series that kind of slipped by you. Like probably, I think my first exposure to the series was actually like PT. It's the first Silent Hill game I played.
It's not a bad one to get into.
Oh no, PT was incredible. That's
Yeah.
That's one of my favorite experiences of last year.
Yeah.
Experience.
It was
Yeah,
an
like, I
experience.
wanna-
just as
I
a
wanna-
cousin.
Yeah, but he said my favorite experience. Like,
It's one of their like
what was second to that?
It's not my favorite, but it's among like if I could.
Yeah,
I
but
would
what-
love to put it on like a top 10 games of last year, but it's not an actual game, but it would totally be on there.
See,
Like-
I'm a little bit ashamed to say that I haven't actually even finished PT. I haven't. I can't figure it out, and I'm not going to revert to any walkthroughs. I'm not going to Google it. I want to work out myself, but because it's a demo, so it kind of took a back seat, and then we got busy. But no, I haven't finished PT, and I'm one of the biggest Silent Hill fans ever. I feel ashamed.
So wait, so it's Silent Hill, so you have cheated and looked it up.
No.
you wouldn't know it was Silent Hills unless you beat the demo.
But that's how I found out about PT in the first place, when the news headlines say Silent Hills.
Oh, so you cheated? You looked online and read the see. Now
Oh, it's live for E3.
Nope, playthrough is tainted now.
No,
You-
that was Silent Hills.
You
no.
would have had to play it like the day it launched when nobody knew what the hell it was until the next day when Kojima came out and said it.
No, Norman Reedus, really?
Like, what's happening? What is this? Guillermo del Toro.
So, actually, we don't know what's going to happen to Silent Hills now, do we?
I think we talked about this last time too. Konami. The last thing I read from them, they said
we've killed the podcast, but I'm enjoying it so much that I'm not. I don't give a shit.
It's all right. It's a yeah. Konami said that it was still going to happen, but that was it. It was a very vague little update on it because in the midst of Kojima leaving, people were asking about it, and they just said like, no, it's going to continue. How it's going to continue, or what state, it's up in the air. But you know, I hope it happens because I really want a full, like, I want PT blown up. I want more of that. That was
But
just
that's the thing. PT, it won't be like Silent Hill. Won't be like that.
No,
I.
that's what I was about to
It's
say.
probably not even going to be first person.
They
Yeah,
said
that's it.
they were yeah they said they were toying with like either switching perspectives throughout the game. Like certain points would be third person and some would be first person. But
Oh,
That
but
would
they've done that before with the room, and I could appreciate it as a concept, but it didn't work.
maybe they know how to make it work. I wouldn't be too upset with it if they knew how to make it work. You
But
know,
yeah,
it,
I'm a massive del Toro fan, but he has a really bad habit of framing a story, but the framing mechanism doesn't work. It rarely does, and that's exactly what he's done with PT. He's kind of framed it as that's what it's going to be, and we all thought it was amazing, and then he's just going to turn around and shit on it. And then with Kojima gone, there's nobody to rein him in, and so PT is as good as we're gonna get.
well, that's if he's still on it. That's one of the things I was wondering about Kojima leaving. Like, if he's gone, is Del Toro even going to stay on the project? Like, was he only in it because of Kojima? Like, does he only want to work with Kojima, or does he leave too? And like, there's no one running it. I guess someone in Konami. So even his status is in question with this stuff.
Maybe it was only Kojima and Del Toro doing PT.
Yeah, because they're good friends. So he
They
might.
are,
I
yeah,
could totally see him leaving just because Kojima's not on it anymore.
absolutely, yeah. In fact, I hate the direction Konami are going into right now. They seem to really shot themselves, and they're gonna go down this whole mobile games thing, and they've got this incredible back catalog that they're just gonna abandon. And I'm really sad to see it go.
By the way, is this a record for how long or how quickly it took us to talk about Metal Gear?
oh my god!
Nice.
Do you know what? I was waiting for. I was
Yeah.
just waiting. I was waiting for it all just to die down, and I was gonna say, even though I wasn't thinking about it all that time. I'd realised that we haven't. We did. We talked about Metal Gear. Without even planning it.
Okay, you guys have already talked about Metal Gear, so quickly, very rough.
No. We've vowed to talk about Metal Gear every single.
Okay, let's talk about Metal Gear. I just downloaded the first one on PS3, and I'm playing through it again because I just love that game so much. I still hold Metal Gear Solid 1 on the PlayStation 1 is still the best Metal Gear ever.
Ooh. Okay.
Yeah, I know. It's quite a statement. But where else are you going to get a game where you need to find a codec frequency, and when the kernel tells you to look on the back of the CD case, he means it literally? That is so
I remember that freaked
clever.
me out
It blows my
when I was a
mind.
kid. That and of course the Psycho Mantis moving your analog sticks and
Yes.
reading your memory cards. I had a Symphony of the Night save on my memory card. He's like, "Oh, you're a big Castlevania fan," and I was just like, literally dropped the controller. Like, what is happening? Like,
I
he's
mean,
moving my sticks. He's reading my card. Like, what am I dealing with here?
when that blank screen comes up and it just says Hideo in the corner, and I thought, oh, you sly, beautiful bastard. Uh, yeah, Metal Gear Solid 1 to me is still the best. I don't think you can top that game. For
Is it
me.
your favorite game? Is it your favorite game of all time?
No, it's not. But
What
it's
is,
a it's a top 5.
what is your favorite game of all time? Let's talk about that. Let's go around. Let's talk about
Yeah,
everyone's
yeah.
game of all
This is
time.
fun. Okay, I'm gonna say Final Fantasy VII.
Oh.
Why is that?
I've never been so engrossed and so obsessed with all of the characters and the story that I've ever come across in any game. I'm still obsessed with it now. I listen to the soundtrack on my phone. Everything that Square made after Final Fantasy VII, so Dirge of Cerberus, Crisis Core, before Crisis. I'm obsessed with those games. Sephiroth to me is one of the greatest villains ever created. I love that game. Really do.
Damn.
Next.
Hello?
Hello.
What happened there?
Hello?
Hello? Hello? He's like, Thomas cut off as soon as he started talking about Sephiroth.
Oh, that was the internet shedding a tear for Eris.
Oh, okay.
The Ares death scene happened.
Yeah. So yeah, who's next?
Oh, you, Erica? You've been kind of quiet.
Oh, man.
You need to bring up violence.
Favorite games of all time is always like so hard because I was actually talking to some friends about this the other day. How we're in another golden age of like television and video games. We're getting to the point where when you look back into your past, you always have like the shining gems, like the Mario games and the old Zeldas and stuff. But there's so many really great games out there, like that are coming out now. Like my favorite games, I have to kind of judge it by amount of time I have and can play it. And right now, honestly, I think my favorite game is Borderlands 2. Like.
Ooh.
Yeah, like I've played that game more than I've played any game. Like I've played, I think 400 plus hours, and that's split between 2 different systems. I have people. I still, even now, like try to convince people to buy the game just to go and play it. I'm like, you know what, you need to play this game. These characters are amazing. It's got a really dark premise, which is fun because I do like the dark parts of games, but at the same time you don't realize how dark it is because it's so funny. Like there's just but I mean, and even when like my second favorite probably is like a game that just came out this past year, Dragon Age Inquisition. I could play that game forever. I have so much fun. And, I mean, it's not like I don't appreciate the classics and still will play Mario 3 forever. But, I don't know. I think I really do. I think that Borderlands 2 is my favorite game.
Yeah, and it's interesting you said that because I kind of believe the same thing about like when you look at different generations and people say like what's the best generation in gaming, and I grew up with an NES, and I pretty much lived through all of like every gaming generation, save for like the Atari and stuff like that. But like as much as fun as a lot of those were, I think a lot of nostalgia kind of factors into a lot of it. But like last generation, and it's continuing into this one, but I'm just gonna go with last generation. I'd probably say it was probably the best ever because there's literally just something for everyone, and there's so many platforms to play games on, like and just like just like how many fantastic games came out last generation in so many different shapes and sizes, between like big AAA stuff and indie stuff and just mobile gaming becoming huge, and even and just the people bringing back like classic franchises, and it really was just like something for everyone. Like I loved it.
So what game?
Oh, for me, we're on me now.
Mm-hmm. I thought you were building up to that.
No, I was just kind of. I
was like, holy shit! How am I going to top this?
No. I'm just building on Erica's sentiment.
Okay,
I
so
mean,
what is yours?
my favorite game of all time is Sonic the Hedgehog 2, and
Oh my god.
it's more subjective. Like, it's not the best game of all time objectively,
No, it's
but
not.
no,
It's
it's
not.
not.
No, no, it's
No,
not. I know.
no,
No, no, no, no, no, no,
you've
no.
started it now. That's it. Metin's gone.
Like
Sonic.
there's
This
a
is like
difference.
swearing at him.
Like there's a whole different art like line of thinking when you say what is your favorite game of all time and what is the
No, no,
best.
I know, but
Yeah,
yeah.
but that's one like I had a Genesis and
No,
a
I
Super
respect you.
Nintendo.
I respect you. I respect you. I don't get me wrong. I played the shit out of it as well. I did.
That's okay. I can sense your just your contempt. But
No, I played
no,
the shit out of it.
I'm just kidding.
But yeah, that this topic is a whole different topic, but it just seemed to overlap for a bit. That's all.
Yeah, like I grew up with a Genesis and an SNES, but I was probably a little bit more of a Genesis kid. Like I loved Sonic
Nice.
the Hedgehog when that came out. Like I thought he was the coolest character in the world, and he's still my favorite video game character, despite just the garbage releases he had and for the better part of 10 years. But I don't know, he's just a cool
How long
character.
has he been around?
He's been around since 90. Sonic the Hedgehog
92?
1 was 91.
91 was it?
I
Wow.
believe it's 91. He's been around.
That's how long he hasn't had a good game for.
Oh,
Oh.
Look at this.
ouch.
You're actually not that far off because like Genesis era Sonic is really his golden era. And when you kind of move on, it starts getting rocky.
If you look at that era, which you define as the golden era, you'll see that there's no games to be proud of.
Nope. Sonic the Hedgehog 1, 2, 3, Sonic and Knuckles, Sonic CD. Those were all fantastic games. And even the spin-offs like Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine is a really good game, and Sonic Pinball is a good game.
I don't know. I just think I don't know. Sonic's overrated. That's what I think.
He he is. I will say he's kind of living off of his
Like, come on,
past glory because like
come on.
save for a few exceptions, he's had some good like his. I'd say since, and I'm gonna get some hate for this because the Sonic Adventure games, beloved, but I never liked them. To me, that's where I kind of marked the start of the decline for the series. I just don't like. I freaked out for it when it came out just because it was Sonic in 3D, and like at the time that's when everyone was going 3D. So like the novelty of seeing your favorite 2D character in 3D was just like that was enough to kind of get me to play it, but it just wasn't what I like Sonic for. Like I don't like that.
Because the whole concept of Sonic and what he does and how he does it is just rubbish.
It's rubbish now.
No,
It's
it's
cool.
always been rubbish. It's always
No,
been
no, no.
rubbish. Like, it doesn't work in a game. In a cartoon,
Yes, it
yeah,
does.
but not in a game.
You run fast. It's quicker. It's more faster paced.
And then that's it. Sonic is just always a constant speed run then,
Well,
because he hasn't got any cool mechanics in there, has he?
yeah, you play like the old Genesis one, and the people forget or don't realize that even though the Genesis games, like obviously they're a little bit faster than like Mario, which is the point of the character, but they're not as fast as people remember. Like there's a lot of deliberate platforming segments where you do have to kind of take your time and plot your jumps,
And
like
they're not that good.
like up and stuff. No, it's super good.
No way. Come on, man.
It's super good.
Come on.
And let's not forget the awesomeness of Sonic 3 and Sonic and Knuckles. Those being one complete game, and when you hook up those cartridges together, that like blew my mind.
Oh, that concept, yeah, that was clever.
Because then
That was
you
clever.
realize how the beginning and ending works. Sonic 3 it ends with him falling to the earth after the fight, and then Sonic and Knuckles begins with him landing, and you never connect those dots. Like you think that's just how the game started, but when you play them like that and you see how seamless it is, you're like, oh.
Yeah.
And it's sad that they've never ported Sonic and Knuckles together like that, because there's been multiple like collections of them, but they're always separate. Like no one's ever made a port where they just combine the two games together so you can play it the way it's meant to be played, like just one giant platforming adventure.
That's cool idea.
Now, you don't appreciate the technical aspect of Sonic. Genesis, all the Sega systems, in fact, being different from Nintendo's, they were awful to program sound and music for. Nobody could do it.
But they sounded better though.
Yeah, Genesis
So-
had way better music than
I mean,
SNES.
somehow you can still recall, the Sonic soundtracks.
Mm-hmm.
You still
Yes.
you still whistle along to Green Hill.
Chemical Plant Zone, one of the best songs of all time.
It is absolutely.
That's actually my ringtone on my phone. Like I have this Smooth McGroove acapella version of Chemical Plant Zone. And
Nice.
so every time my phone rings, it just brings a little smile on my face.
But the whole technical aspect of Sonic in that sense. I mean, being able to push those sprites along at that speed was unheard of. Being able to program the sound and the music on a notoriously difficult machine to program for was also unheard of. Just from that aspect, Sonic was amazing.
I'm not saying
If it only is a one-trick pony.
it was a novelty, right? It was a novelty. It worked once, and then after the second time, it got pointless. It's
Nope.
pointless. It's a pointless game.
Nope. They added Tails, and Tails is cool, mainly because it's fun trying to get him killed. Just manipulating the AI so that he like runs off a cliff or something like that. I used to do that all the time.
I always make sure I got a player two to help me.
Yeah, put in player 2, and then you can hover over just the whole level.
Or just like to do the challenge zones, like that the Sonic 2, those half pipe sequences, because AI Tails screws you over so bad in those because he lags behind you. So like in those sequences require so much split second reactions, and so to have Tails lag like a second behind would cost you so many rings because you'll like dodge a bomb and he'll just go right into it. And so you could be having the best run and get screwed over by Tails AI, and then you don't get the Chaos Emerald.
That's right. Yeah.
Make me want to scream when I was a kid.
That's,
I would have to grab my brother and be like, "You need to just play this just to get this emerald for me, like details, please."
that sounds like the best gaming experience in the world.
That's exactly what I did with Sonic 3. I got my brother to play as Tails to go get me shit. Oh look, there's a ring up there. I want that. Fly me up there, bitch. That's basically what Tails is for.
Did you like slap him upside the head when he said it too?
Yeah, exactly. Tails is a whipping boy, and that's how it should be used.
By the way, how long did it take you to realize that Tails' real name is a pun on speed? Because as big as a Sonic fan I was, and still am, especially of Sonic 2, I never realized that miles per hour was a pun for miles per hour until like high school when someone brought it up, and it just blew my mind.
What? Hang on. I always knew it was miles, but I wasn't aware of the per hour thing.
Yeah, his name is Miles Prower. So when you say it, you kind of catch it like miles per hour. Oh,
Oh no!
Like I knew that was his name as a kid. Like, yeah, his name's Miles Prower, but I never connected those dots until like high school, and then I was almost ashamed that it took me that long. As much as I love these games.
Well, it's taken me twice as long, so you should feel better about that.
It's like
what?
So now Thomas's mind is blown.
Yeah. So what? I've been playing on Sonic since I was 9. I mean,
you're gonna be laying in bed at night tonight, just saying it to yourself like miles per hour.
Wake up in the morning eating his cereal, miles per hour.
I'm gonna change my name.
How did I miss it?
Miles per hour.
He's gonna be at work, miles per hour.
It's gonna be my ringtone.
I'm gonna name my child that. Coolest name for a kid. Her name is Miles per hour.
Dad, why am I called miles per hour? I don't get it. Say it quicker, son. Say it quicker.
It's like you'll see one day.
And he listens to the podcast.
Yes.
Look, that's why you did this to me.
So-
is that why you kept trying to get me to join track?
Is there any gaming stuff that you want to talk about, or should we just wrap it up now?
Wait, but Matt, you didn't say what your favorite game of all time.
Oh, I did,
right,
did
yeah.
I?
So we can criticize the hell out of it.
Okay, Super Mario World.
Boo! Damn it!
Oh, worst
Damn it.
thing I've ever played.
It's the crappiest Mario.
Oh, so much
I'd rather
That's when
Sonic.
man, that's that stupid cape and stupid Yoshi.
Oh,
I mean, Mario can't even make up his mind what nationality he is. He's Mexican, he's Italian, I have no idea.
Yoshi's Island's better.
Yoshi's
They got it right with the second one.
Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna dedicate one episode of the podcast so we can talk about why Super Mario World is the greatest game of all time.
Surely that's just you talking for an hour.
No, I would actually honestly, Super Mario World is in my probably top 5 games of all time. Like, I love that game. I think it's the best 2D Mario game ever made. As much as I love Mario 3, it's always back and forth, but I put World just a step above it.
Super Mario. If someone wants to make a game, it doesn't matter what genre it is. It doesn't matter what device it's for. If you take your inspiration from Super Mario World, trust me, you'll be doing something positive for the project.
Yeah, but then people would just slag you off for ripping off Super
No,
Mario.
I didn't say make a Super Mario. You could be making I don't know, a Tetris kind of game. It doesn't matter. Just go with how. Just look how Nintendo took everything, put it together, polished it, and then gave us the greatest game of all time.
What, Sonic?
No.
Oh,
I think
thought-
Sonic and
sure.
Sonic and
I'd-
Knuckles did that.
I tried to catch you out there.
No, you won't. Not with this one.
I was like,
Don't
But it's
forget. I have Super Mario tattooed on my skin. So
That's true. That's
so
true.
you're obligated to like it, so you can just.
No, wait, that means I need to
purchase.
bring up Alien. I need to bring up Alien.
Alien. Also, I ended up not finishing Alien Resurrect. What was it? Alien Isolation. Bloody hell.
You're right, boy.
Well,
See, it
these
was
stupid
stupid.
names. What is all these
Oh.
stupid? Just give them numbers, for Christ's sake.
I wouldn't blame you for not finishing Alien Resurrection, by the way, because it's not a good movie.
No, I think I've actually finished the movie,
Yeah, it's not good.
unfortunately. But anyways, we'll talk about movies another time. That is all for Podcast Attitude episode 4. Don't forget to visit the website, our YouTube page, Facebook, Twitter. If you have any questions, just pop over to the site, find one of our emails. I'll probably link it in somewhere. And that's it. So, goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.
Sonic is still better.
Hey,
Oh. Low blow.
You're going to pay for that.
you're gonna cut that out.